Well, good morning, y'all. I'm Dave at Double Hook Angling, so you hit the right spot. So we're gonna tie some jigs today. While my wife growls and tries to clear her throat. Oh, sinus season! Doesn't everybody love it? I mean, I don't, but anywho, let's see who all we got. 10 people in here right now. Thank y'all for being here. Hope y'all have had a blessed morning and continue to do so throughout the day. Oh, Chad Thomason, he's the first one in here. Oh, yeah. I love that. Y'all hillbilly biker. I used to have long hair, but Naomi made me cut it off. I used to braid it and put it in a ponytail too. So we got Rustic, Annie Finn, Cat Claus, Journey to the River's Banks. Well, good morning, Cat Claus. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's see who else. Oh, Joe Buck. Morning, Keith. Lisa, good morning. Say hi to your hubby. Let's see who else is in here. Catfishing for real. Good morning. Good morning. Coastal. Always nice to see you. If y'all don't have any of these people, remember, go up and snag them. And if you're a moderator, grab them. If you're not, some of the mods could share out the not mods links. So we got Ernie Brown. Morning, Ernie. I don't see Chrissy in here, so say hi to Chrissy. Shirley T, Annie Finn, I said hi to you. Hi again. I think we're back down to the bottom. So everybody just pretty much saying hi to everybody. All right, I'm wearing one of my old school shirts. We had to dig out the ones with, still part of a sleeve there. I mean, I know they're not full sleeves, but I call these full sleeves because it's pretty much all I'm going to wear unless it's a hoodie or a coat. If y'all have been here through my summers, shoulders are fully exposed because I'm fat and it's hot. So, and I sit in a wheelchair, so I can't cool off. So, since I'm paralyzed from the waist down, pretty much, it's actually more like mid thigh down because I do have hip flexors and stuff. So, but I don't sweat. So if you don't know that, when people get paralyzed, sometimes you get damp, but you don't sweat enough to cool yourself. So, but we're going old school design because we brought back the old school design for the hats. So we got some new hats. There you go. Finally focused camera. Now mine has a little defect on it. So I went through and this one had a little, so that one's my hat. So we know that that's Dave's hat. So that way, if anybody else got a hat and they set it down by each other, we're doing something, working on something or whatever. And they're going to go, that's my hat. No, I'll be like, nuh-uh, mine's missing some threads, buddy. But we also got them for the ones that like pink. So outlined in pink and, pink netting. So if you want you a ball cap or trucker cap or whatever you want to call these caps, to me it's a hat. So you want one, hit me up. $25 plus shipping and handling. You get two, I'll give you a little bit of a break. Buy two, I'll pay the shipping. Let's put it that way. And then some more show and tell. Yeah, there you go. Throw up them links. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate you. So with this right here, you can find my website to get a hold of me, or soon, not yet, but soon, we'll have the store built on the, I mean, you can go into the shop section and see what there is, but it's going to pretty much send you to my email to email me, which is doublehooKangling@gmail.com. So, but we got these to pass out, and then one more show and tell. We're not done yet. So, let me get something. Whoops. Let me get something real quick. I got it. I'll be right back. I forgot to get these out. So, okay. So now I spent a year designing a rod holder that I mean there's some great rod holders out here, and one of them's in here, cat claws. Then you got what is it? Takedown, and there's some other ones. They're great rod holders. Me being a man of ingenuity and liking to make stuff and having a shop with a welder and all that stuff, I was like, well, I liked everybody's design. I just needed something a little bit different since I'm in a wheelchair. Um, I and I live in Kansas and it's really windy. I needed more flexibility in what I thought I could get. So I designed something different. I'm not saying mine's better by any means whatsoever. I'm just saying here's a choice. So here's my version of my rod holder. And if you can see, they got some, we got sharp points on there, but they're dull enough that, you're not going to run it in yourself. So see, you're not going to hurt yourself, but it will cut through the ground. My spikes or tangs or whatever you want to call them are fairly long. So you don't have to stick it clear in the ground, but if you want, you're in sand or something, you can go a little deeper. Then you got all your different positions. So grab my little model rod holder or my little model rod. So with mine, you can set it like this. So get it straight. So pretty much about 3 to 5 degrees. Then you can go like this. Then you can go clear down here like this. So you got, then that was 45 and then this is 22. And then you can stick it straight like this, but then you can also have another one going down to your base out here. And then if you do that, then you can even hook one in here this way. So this thing will hold 3 rods at one time. I've tried it. I figured it out. So, but I put holes in here for guard dogs or a rod leash, or screw it into the dock, stick this between the two end boards, and then you can screw that down into your, make sure you're not screwing it into a public dock, but into a private dock. In a public dock, they hold just fine by sticking them through the two boards. Set it back a foot or two, find a floor joist basically underneath the dock between the two boards if you're on a wooden dock. If you're on a metal dock, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm also going to include a big carabiner and a small carabiner. The small carabiner would be for the guard dog. The big carabiner is for, like your stringer, because you're not going to want to put your fish on this unless you're catching little size fish, which is what I would do. If I was fishing for big giant catfish, I wouldn't keep anything bigger than 3 to 5 pounds anyways. So I'm not that, I don't like to eat the big fish. They have too much, heavy metals and stuff in their bodies. So I eat clean. I don't even buy box. Well, I don't eat box food. My wife and the kids do, but I don't. I eat mostly meat. So, and then I haven't had a soda pop in like 11 or 12 years or something like that. Um, because they have acid in them. And like, if you spill a soda pop in certain factories, you actually have to call a hazmat team to clean them up. So, but so that's what I got going on. Now, if you want a smaller, more compact, like has, and then you can like have different thing. I make a smaller one. So I'm given 2 sizes. And then if you don't like my design, go hit up Cat Claws. He was in here. I hope he's still in here. I checked his stuff out. He's a great guy. Um, it just, I wanted that tall. Like when I set this in the ground, it's, I mean, that's it's sticking up there. So, but I don't like to lean over. My back hurts. So, anyways, and by all means, check out everybody, subscribe to everybody. Just, I mean, we all here for love, man. Just share it out. Share your channel out. Share out everybody else's channel. If you make a product, let's hear about it. You want to, you want to just brag on your stuff? Come on. You want to talk about your fish? Come on. So, what we going to do today? We're going to, whoops, don't screw it up, Dave. We're going to go here. We're going to go here. And go here. Oops. Find the right button. There it is. Okay. There's a link if anybody wants to come up and say hi and, tie with me or talk about what they got going on. But I need to go back because I see Tim in here. Hello, Mr. Molina. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me see. Oh, Kelly's in here. Welcome, Kelly. Fishing Frustrations UK. I was ranting, so I didn't want to make sure I miss anybody. Okay, so I think we're all caught up. So I hope everybody is having a blessed day. I just want to get that out there. It's been kind of rough fishing lately, but we got us an edited video out yesterday. So if you haven't went and seen it, go check it out. We have me and Gregory, main guys. That's Double Hook Angling. But now we have a new co-host. That's Rex. Used to be Pond Hopper TV. Well, Rex is turning out to be one of the best friends that I have fishing wise, and he's a great guy. So we asked him to join in and be part of Double Hook Angling. So if y'all, I know y'all ain't around here, but he when you see him in the videos, comment, just say that he's doing a great job because he's also, I'm so computer illiterate. He is the one that edits my, go out and film videos and, put out my edited videos. He's the one that's doing it for me because it took me so long and forever. And that man does it in like 30 minutes. And I don't know how he does it. He's so awesome. So, y'all, it just, I'm trying to do the best we can for y'all. And, we'll get there. So, welcome in, Tin Man. How are you doing, bud? Them lures. See, Tin Man gave us some lures, me and Gregory, that he magnet fishes. So go check him out if you guys like magnet fishing. Go check him out because he'll go around my area and clean up all these lakes, and then I get the benefit of getting a big box of lures. And me and Gregory went through them all. I took out like 2 lures that I really wanted, and the Gregory, he's just, it's Gregory. He can have the rest. So we got Rustic in here. Hi, Rustic. How you doing, bud? I think I missed somebody again. Who did I miss? Somebody? River Rat, Ernest. Okay, so I think I got everybody done in here. All right. So let's tie some jigs, people. We did enough show and tell, I think. And then we got some old school shirts that I still have. I have a couple different sizes. So if you guys just want to get a cheap shirt or, just hit me up. I think we'll let these, I got a few sizes left. I think I got mostly here. What did I say? I got, there's mostly like larges and mediums and a couple smalls. So nothing for any bigger guys or gals. Just gonna make sure. So here, I'll just show you what I got. I'll get this up there. All right. So like, okay, so this is an extra large, but it's blue, and it's like what I'm wearing with the logo on the front. Then I got some tans left over that are larges. So like they're tans, but they're still the old logo. I got 1 medium gray or 2 medium grays. These are I got a large blue. So like that's the blue. I got a green one left. Actually, I don't have a green one left because that's my size and I need another green one. So, oh yeah, I do. There's a couple green ones in there. Let's see what's left. Okay, so a small green one, a small green one. They was down at the bottom hiding, but they're all smalls. So that's kind of what I got left. And if nobody speaks up today for them, I'm taking them to the lake and I'm going to find people about that skinny, little people. And I'm going to give them away. So let's say you want a t-shirt, you pay the shipping. So the handle in the box, the tape. So let's say send me $10 and I'll send you a shirt. It'll probably cost about that much to pack it and mail it. But only if I got your size. I'll take that. A catfish for real. XL in what color? I didn't see if you said before. The XL that I threw, the green one. The one I want to keep. Catfish for real. If you actually do want a shirt, in text, you don't know sometimes if people are joking or whatever. If you do want a shirt, hit me up, doublehookangling@gmail. I am skinny. Yeah, Kelly, but don't you wear like a large? I can't remember what size Kelly wears. Y'all skinny people, I'm trying to get there and join you. I have lost 30 pounds in the last 90 days. I didn't lose as much as I wanted, but 30 pounds in 90 days is very good, I think. Did you say large? I could eat myself into an XL if I had to. Any fin, you need a large. Is that what you're saying, bud? Well, if you want a large, you know how to get a hold of me. You got me on Messenger, and you can send me an email. You ain't never hardly on Messenger, or Facebook, but I know you'll get on there once in a while. Medium or large. Kelly, after my show, call me and we'll talk about. You got my phone number. You were diagnosed with thyroid eye disease a long time ago. Thank you, River Rat. I appreciate that. Sorry, guys. I'm just sitting here reading chat. We need to be tying some. I'm fishing Cheney this weekend. You could pick it up. You're fishing Cheney this weekend, you lucky dog. I ain't got to fish Cheney in over a year. The water's so far away from my handicap spots, I can't get to it. I'm so upset. I drove out there on the bank or on the bed, the lake bed, the dry lake bed. I drove out to the water and I got yelled at by fishing game to get off the lake bed. J Dog's in the house. What's up, J Dog? Welcome in, brother. Dude, if you're going to Cheney, that's so cool. I haven't been to Cheney in a year and a half. I want to catch me a bunch of white perch. I want me some 10 to 14-inch white perch. That's what I miss. Them some good eating. I like the white perch better than I do crappie. You just got to bleed them out. But I bleed my crappie out too, so. All right, we need to tie some jigs. I'm going to Lake Afton this afternoon, maybe. And if not, we're going Sunday for sure. But by the way, we got 27 people in here. I appreciate all y'all. I don't know how to tell how many thumbs up there is without getting on my phone, but don't forget to hit that thumbs. Drop it, Dave. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. So these are like size 8, so very small, and 1/64. No, they're 130. These are 30. What was these? I forgot now. Yeah, those are 132nds. I don't know. It's too early in the morning. I woke up late today. I got not enough coffee. Can't even find my scissors. Just been a weird morning. Went by kind of weird. You're going in a boat, you lucky dude. Yeah, if it ain't a pontoon boat, I'm not going to attempt it, bud. But I greatly appreciate the offer. If it's a pontoon boat, no big deal. I just grab a hold of the handrail and, you know, I can stand. I just can't walk. And I can stand with Gregory's help and holding on to stuff and get enough to get, stood up, put my chair under the boat and then get into my chair. I've done it. But in an actual boat, no, there's no way. I can't get up over the sides. It rocks too much. And they're just, the sides are too small. Still waiting on your shad jigs. Ernest, did I not mail them out, bud? No, I didn't. You know why? Because they're sitting right here. I didn't put them where I mailed my stuff out. Dude, they're sitting right here. Hold on a minute while I'm thinking about it, Ernest. I'm sorry. What? I forgot to mail Ernest stuff off. You know what we're going to do right now? What I was trying to say before I was reminded that I am gray haired and forgetful sometimes. So if you do order stuff and you don't get it, hit me up and say, hey, Dort, you forgot my stuff. I've got it right. You're getting these for free, buddy, because I forgot about you. I think I said I was going to tie them for free anyways. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a few of these. So I got 3 of them up there. And they got these little disco heads and some silver chenille. These will get you some skipjack, some crappies, maybe a 4-pound bass. I give you those. And then again, I can't believe I did that, brother. Yeah, I'll here in a minute we'll tie you a few of those big bass ones. I'll throw you in those. Okay, so I'm gonna set this here because this will remind me. Actually, hold on, I'm gonna put it with my shipping stuff. Okay, I'm gonna put that with my shipping stuff so I don't forget. Hey, Austin, Fishing Fever, welcome in. For those that have come in just recently, like I said, we got some new hats. There's the orange one. There's the pink one for those that like pink. Here's so you can get to the website. Focus. There's the website. And then if you want one of these rod holders, hit me up. If you need a different design, go check out Cat Claws. He needs to sell some too. We can only make so many. So hopefully we get enough to where he gets as busy as he wants to be, and then I'm as busy as I want to be. And then if you don't like mine or his, go find somebody else's. And if they're a small company like, me or him, buy from them because they're just usually one guy running that thing. So don't go buy the ones that you get at Cabela's or whatever. I mean, they're mass produced in some factory somewhere. Ain't nobody bending them and welding them up but machines and robots. So, and thank you, River Rat. That big bass was awesome. I will tie up a couple of those in just a minute. But let me get on this one because I keep talking too much. So, like I said, we're going to go to, me and Gregory went to Lake Afton. So that's like right over by Wichita. It's actually by Goddard, Kansas, which is just right next to Wichita. So it's like west and south, just a little bit of Wichita. So, anyways, we went over there first time in 14 or 12 years. I can't remember. So, first time in a long time. First time since I've been in a wheelchair, we went over there. Before, when we went back then, it was all about parties and dope and all that. That lake was awful. So, since then, the county has really come in and cleaned it up because the county owns it, the Sedgwick County. So they came in there and they cleaned it all up. And, there's still a few, like permanent residents there because you don't have that 2 week limit in that because it's a county owned thing. So you could just live there all year. There's campers that's got trees starting to grow around them. So there's a little bit of rough, but most of those people just stay to themselves and all that. And I ain't worried because they usually got some protection with me. So, you know, you know. Anyways. And then I got Gregory. And Gregory, you don't want to come over and start arguing with me because then Gregory comes and stands behind me and then he kind of flares up. And Gregory may be a small little guy, but I think Gregory would protect Daddy. So, but at that lake, they have white perch. I ain't caught a white perch in a year and a half. And then went the other day and we caught a couple white perch that were like nice white perch, but just getting to be nice. Whack their head off, gut them, clean them, scale them, and fry them. Problem is green algae. So with green algae, if you fillet a fish in your kitchen and wash it off with sink water, you can eat it. But you got to take the skin off. There goes my light. Because what happens is when you scale it, that bacteria gets up underneath the folds of the skin, and then you cook it and eat it and get sick. So, but I wasn't going to take the chance. So, what that glare now is just. Let me wipe my camera. See if I get rid of the glare a little bit. That helped. But we caught some nice white perch, but we also caught a couple really nice bluegill. I put them on my Facebook. So those were eater bluegills for sure. So, but I put a piercing in one by his back fin. I gave him a downstairs piercing and chunked him back out there for a little while and let him swim around tethered up, and he probably didn't like it, but I was hoping for a flathead because I heard recently there was a big one taken. So I mean the lake is apparently full of flatheads, and that's what I'm after. I haven't caught but one flathead in like 2 years, and that was at the park on a crankbait. So, but anyways, I got ADHD, so I get off subject really fast. I got to get back on track. So Afton, yeah, it has a go-kart racetrack. I used to hand cycle there like 8 or 9 years ago, but I didn't ever fish. And when I was hand cycling there, I was noticing they were doing a lot of work and they were cleaning it up and stuff, but I just never bothered to go back. So if you don't know, I'm in a wheelchair. So a hand cycle is a bike that you lay on. It has 3 wheels, so 2 behind you or beside you, and then 1 up front between your feet. And you pedal like this. So when you're pedaling, you could push forward and ride the momentum over. And then when you get tired, then you can start pulling and then riding the momentum over. And then you also use that. You like pull the pedals back or forward, whatever you're most comfortable with. And then you use that to turn also. So if you don't know what they are, just look up handicap hand cycles. But you don't want the ones that are like, look like they're for old people that you set up just like a wheelchair with a wheel. You want to look for the racers, the ones that lay down. So, and that's what I had. My head was probably 30 inches at the top of my hat off the ground. And you could just ride that thing and you could pedal about that fast, and you can get up to, some of them guys could get up to speeds 40 mile an hour. So, it just depends on how big your chest is. And I guess, you can kind of start seeing my size now that I'm losing some weight, but, we used to just have blast doing all that around that place. You would go there and train because it was local. So, you could ride. And then also, we went there for like a benefit for a guy that was killed, and you know, hand cycling. So sometimes we get ran over. We're so low profile, no matter if we got flashy lights or flags or whatever. So, um, but it was a benefit ride for him, and that's what we did, or benefit race. Um, and then, see, I got off track again. But anyways, while we're fishing there, we're catching these white perch. But what I was doing for the white perch is I was basically drop shotting. So you got a bank weight on the bottom of your line or a drop shot weight if you want to get fancy about it. I just, since I pour bank weights, I just pour me quarters and halves for drop shotting. And then up from the weight, so the weight will be at the end of your line. Then up from the weight, put a jig. And when or I got that backwards. So you put the weight up 12 to 16 inches, you put a hook, like a little Aberdeen, put a little worm on there. Then up a foot from that, you put the jig. You cast out, you sit there and just wait, or you can slowly bring it back. When you feel that bump, bump, because they're looking, they're going after that worm. When you feel that bump, bump, just go dink, dink like that until you feel them smack it and then set in. Half the time I was catching them on these jigs right here, this jig right here, little orange head, that tiger fire type, with the chartreuse orange and black chenille and an orange tail. And I lost my whip. Huh. Oh, there it is. I still haven't cleaned up my mess, been too busy. So it was so much fun. We was banging them out. And then you know what, I wasn't paying attention to chat again. And then earlier, I wasn't when I put up the link, I wasn't watching and see if anybody was in the basement neither, because I'm so poor at this live stuff. Okay, everybody just mainly saying hi to everybody. If I did forget anybody, please forgive me. I apologize, y'all. Okay, so back to tying, because we're just goofing off talking. So this is what I was catching over at Lake Afton. There you go. So you do that, and then you just bring it back, and you just bump, 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 bump. Come on, camera. Focus on me. There we go. But I want to get some of these pumped out real quick here. And then when I lost the orange one, I tied a gold head that was kind of a ginger body. And it doesn't really matter, just a small jig. They'll hit the shaddy color ones. They'll hit, just various colors. My eyesight this morning is not that great either. I wrap that really tight, and I make it to where I almost want to bend that hook. That way it doesn't pop, doesn't spin. Morning, Randall. Welcome in, bud. Catfishing for real. I'm telling you, if you ever want to do any bank fishing anywhere, if you find a good spot, I can get across the grass and stuff. It's the sand and all that, the mud and muck and stuff that gets to me. You ever want to go do a collab? Get a hold of me. I don't know if we have each other on Facebook or not, but on Facebook, I'm just David Lemon. That's Lemen. So, Larry Edward, Mary Edward, Nancy. So, I'm trying to figure out where my flash went. So I'm going to put a little flash in these guys. There's one right there that I like. Okay. So I'm going to just do a few that don't have an orange tail, and I want to make some ones that just have flash. I just wanted another one of those because I don't use that orange very often. And Natural State, welcome in. How you doing, bud? And if y'all don't have Natural State, go check him out. He does some jig tying himself. Give him like and sub and check his channel out. Randall. Randall just saying hi to everybody. I thought he said something. Yeah, I think part of the problem is I got some overspray on my glasses, so the light is causing it to be kind of fuzzy. Little trying to look through junk and tried to clean them, but I didn't get a lot of it off. And the glass cleaner I got don't take off spray paint. I'll probably have to drop into the eye doctors or where I got my glasses. I'll probably have to drop in there because they got stuff they can spray on your lenses that don't hurt your lenses and then cleans it. Let's see, that'll show up. See that? All I did was just make a tail with flash. There's a really, like there, kind of. I mean, not very much. There's probably 15 pieces or so in there. But I want to do. Hey, Cindy, welcome in. And then who else? Natural state. Man, I'm so bad about missing. Oh, 922. Welcome in, bud. Sorry I missed you. I thought I seen somebody else and it just didn't dawn on me at the time. How you doing, Cindy? Hope you're doing well. She's been doing pretty good catfishing lately, guys. So if you haven't subbed to her, I mean, everybody just subbed to everybody, and then we could build all. If everybody subbed to everybody, everybody's channel would be, built up, and we could get some content to watch. Because there's times that it ain't none of us on. I'd go live more often, but with the boys here, it's so loud and just I can't function. Let's. I want to do a giveaway. So what we're going to do is we're going to give away some goofballs, like I said a couple weeks ago, but we had some things going on last week, so it wasn't here. So we're going to give away some giant goofballs. And I'm going to show you, and then I'll get up there and find the StreamYard tool and do all that. Curtis Cunningham, did I say hi to you? If not, hi, bud. I can't remember. Anyway, so like here's two goofballs. And like I said that 2 weeks ago, this one's got a jacked up head. I don't know why it did not. I think what happened is I probably rubbed the bar on my. I got a wire rack that I put my jigs on to bake them off in the oven just to make them smooth and stuff. Especially these disco colors, you want to bake them off in the oven because it won't melt your glitter in it, and the glitter will lay flat and it'll give you more of a reflective look. So, and plus, it'll be smoother when you bake them and don't catch your thread. So I'm going to give away these 2 jigs is what you'll get. And then I'll throw a couple more in there, like we'll throw this goofball in there. It's like purple with a little sour truce. It's tied with mop. It's probably, I think it's matter of fact, it's an 1/8. These are quarters or 3/8 quarters. Yeah, those are quarters. Today I can't function. So, anyways, we'll give these away. So let me get on there and find. They give me a new tab open. New tab. There it is, right there. Hold on, I gotta scroll down to find it here. We didn't tie but a couple jigs. I didn't want to get you guys, but I want to do this for y'all. Hold on, Mr. Computer illiterate here. Okay. All right. Choose a stream today. Put it in. All right. Okay, hold on. I'm about there. I got to talk my way through this, so give me a second. Choose what to share. There we go. They changed things on me. All right. Did it right. I had a skip jerk that jig right off the eyelet. I didn't even know that could happen. What? Man. Well, throw one of these, throw this one out there, and just skipjack hits it. He ain't gonna break that off because that's a like a heavy wire, uh, 4-aught. I know we're on the small screen down here, but that thing's huge. I know them skipjack get crazy. I see a lot of videos. David Hughes, welcome in, brother. I see a lot of videos where them things just tear stuff up. You'd think a small fish like that wouldn't do us that much. I mean, I hear them y'all like using 20-pound line to catch them and stuff, which I think is kind of crazy. I'd be trying to catch them with 4-pound line just because I want that fun. All right, we'll give that another minute or so. Let y'all get in there. Norman, how you doing? Hope y'all are having a great day. It is cold outside. I'm not ready for this, but I am ready for this. I got my sleeves on. I bought me a new coat. Nice heavy one. Cause I'll be, you know me, I'll be out there fishing in 30. As long as the wind ain't real hard, I'll be in that 30-degree weather. It'll be all right. Wear enough clothes. Start getting the scratchy throat, you better quit. All right. You guys you ain't got much more longer. I'll give you another 30 seconds or so and we'll throw that into. We only got 11 people wanting some big jigs. I'll throw a few extras in there that are surprises. So, you just think them things are big and hunky. Put a beetle spin blade on there like a, big 2-aught or something and throw it out there and use it as a bass lure. Throw it at some stripers, some walleye, hybrids. Yep. I was using eagle claws. That's what I use. Yeah. It had a 90-degree bend in it. All one piece. Yeah. Yeah. It must have not been one of mine because I use eagle claws and I ain't never heard of anybody breaking one of my jigs. You can just about twist that eye 90 degrees sideways before it'll bust off. Deborah, welcome in. If I didn't say it already, I can't remember who I said hi to. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and draw. We got, I think it says 13. So there's 25 people in here. You got about a few more seconds before I go in there and hit that draw button. Here we go. Oh, it says 13 people. We're gonna do 5, 4, 3, 2, draw. Really? I think Kelly should be disqualified. This computer's rigged. Well, congratulations, Kelly. I have your address, brother. All right, let's see if we can get rid of that. I want to stop screen share. There you go. I want to keep it up there because I'm going to do one more giveaway here after a little bit. Give it to David Hughes. All right, I'll do that. So, David Hughes, I don't know if I have you on Facebook. I can't remember or not. If I don't, mine is David Lemon, Lemen. It's pretty easy to find me. You see all my friends that we have in common probably. If you do, you can message me there. If not, doublehookangling@gmail.com. And just send me an email. So say, this is David Hughes, and this is my address, and I will get them out to you today. Curtis. Yeah, it tricks people. It will just like, and then it changes, and you're done. So, okay, so let's tie some jigs real quick. We're talking too much. All right, so what I'm going to do is, I got a little ginger feather on here, the 1/64th, and this is a disco gold head. So I'm going to take me a piece of this sparkle stuff, this tinsel, flash, whatever you call the stuff. I'm going to fold it up a couple times. It gets kind of tricky. So, and put 2 on that side, wrap it, grab that, fold it back to the other side so they lay on there proper. Trim that up. Okay, so I got enough extra to where this will have little 6 pieces of flash, but you lay that on there, I'm just going to catch the end of it. It'll be all right. Okay, so now we got a little ginger. He got a little ginger butt and a little disco or little glittery on his butt. And now we need a center body. So disco head, ginger back. What should we put in the middle? Ooh, here we go. This is my little leftovers bag. And I seen this right here. Look at this. That's got some nice in there. That's olive, kind of a gingery olive, a light olive, and then it's got red flash in it. I think that'll work just fine. That thing has just got to hang in there. Okay. Get that on there. Wrap that up. Lock her down. Snip her off. Catch that tail and lock that stuff down and snip your thread. All right. This one I think will work really good. Now these little ones like this, come on, focus, you silly thing. That tail's a little bit longer. I want it to show up. anyways, those kind of emulate our little mosquito fish we have here. You know, little guppy looking things that have live birth. Those are pretty cool little. We used to catch them and put them in a fish tank, and then they would actually breed with guppies. You know, the pretty fancy guppies, they'd breed with them. So I don't know if there's something that are natural here or um, Sunfish King. He knows all them species. You know all their scientific names and all that. He'd probably know. Some of y'all know what them little mosquito fish that look like guppies are actually called. I just know they're called mosquito fish. Around here, a lot of people just call them lake guppies or pond guppies or shore guppies. Everybody got some weird name for them. Ain't nobody got the same name. It's a crawdad color. Yeah, around here, a crawdad color would be more brown with some green. Our crawdads are fairly dark. I'm going to do this one with an orange head. I'm going to go ahead and do that ginger tail because I still have that feather left. But I want to see what. See, this is a good thing about jigs when you're tying for yourself. You can tie up some stuff that you just would not think would go together. And it just looks so, I mean, it just looks so goofballed to us. But them fish, man, they knock some of these things out of the park. But that just goes to show you that sometimes it ain't about color, it's about how you jig it. That's why my shirts say, "Can you jig it?" Was gonna do, you know, like getting jiggy with it, but I didn't want to. Oh, Will Smith come after me or something. All right, now orange head. Let's just do that olive with red again, and we just give them a little bit different color head to look at there. Ah, one more time, I almost missed there. So, hope everybody had a good week. I did, kind of. We got to go fishing with Rex. That was fun. I mean, it was kind of, there was only one crappie caught, and, you know, so that's what we was after. It was kind of a disappointment in that, but we still had a good time talking and goofing off and messing with Gregory and Gregory messing with us. Gregory always messes with us. Gregory will catch a fish and he'll, if you don't like, go, "Good job, Gregory," or say, "Hey," you know, whatever. To get your attention, he'll take that fish and he'll chunk it at you. And most of the time it's just in the water, but sometimes his aim ain't right and you get smacked with a fish. But like, "What are you doing?" I'll ever get finned by one, I'm going to chase him down and get him. Yes, sir. Presentation is the key word. All right, let's do like a little shad color. So we'll do this right here. And this will be our last small one that I'm going to do. And then I'm going to pop off river rats. All right, so there it is. I knew I had a great feather there. This one is going to be fairly long too. Actually, probably going to be too long. Okay, so when the feathers are too long, what I do is I'll go ahead and I don't like doing this. This is called stacking. So you clip your feather and then you take it and you stack it to where all the ends are even. It just takes so much time to do that. But then you do that to where all your ends are even. And you do that so you can cut off that front part and get a short-tailed jig. Or you just find a feather that's short. See, it's still a long tail, but that's more conducive to the size of the. All right. Then get out my shiny hiney, flashy. Right here. Give me a piece of that. I'll fold this stuff up a few times, like I said. I'll fold it in half, and then fold it in half again. So you got 4 strands. Then I'm gonna lay that on one side. Whoops, let go of my thread. I'm gonna lock that in. Then I'm gonna take them other ones, I'm gonna lay them over, and I'm gonna start it so it crosses over, and then I'm gonna wrap it and tie it down. So see, nice and flashy all the way around. Then we are going to find my skinny silver. We just gonna make this thing this color. So I'm gonna take this and lock it on right there. And do 3 wraps and then lock it down. Now I do tie jigs fairly slow just because if I move too fast, like when I jerked earlier, was being trying to be funny. Now my neck hurts. I have bone problems, so sometimes I just hurt. All right, so see, there you go. Come on, focus, focus for me. There you go. Is gonna get. So that'll be a great one. Now let's pop off a couple big ones. And this is how I do mine is I like got a cooking rack, not with a hat, but I get a cooking rack, put a baking sheet there, some aluminum foil so it don't like get stuck to the baking sheet and then you're just powder coating over and over and over. But and then I stick them in the oven that I got in the shop, and that's how we do it. Hey Mark, welcome in, brother. Just tying some jigs. So now we're gonna do a few for that Ernest one, and we're gonna get him a couple of these gizzard shads going here, guys. I can't believe I forgot you, brother. Sometimes y'all gotta yell at me. I just don't. I'm gray haired. I forget. And I hate when I feel so bad when y'all will say you want some jigs and then I'll forget about you. And then sometimes y'all don't hit me up on, Facebook or Messenger or whatever and say, hey, dork, you forgot my jigs. Where are they at? Sometimes you just got to yell at me. I'm stubborn. All right. I'm going to tie a few of these up for you right now. How do you keep the powder paint from drooping or dripping? Okay. A while back I did do a video on that. So what I do is I use a heat gun, Mark. I use a heat gun and I take the jig and put the head like this is the heat gun. I'll go 1, 2, pull it off. 1, 2. And that will be enough heat that when you dip, enough powder will stick to it that it will color it and not be translucent, but too much doesn't get stuck that when you bake them upside down, they don't run. But sometimes certain colors will, like yellow. Yellow wants to run really bad. But what I do is when I do that, by only heating it up enough to get the paint to stick to it, the paint still looks dry. It's not shiny yet. And then then I put them on the rack and then I bake them in my oven for, about 20 minutes or so. What I do is I stick them in the oven. I'll push start and bake, which takes it to 350. I'll wait until I hear it go bang. And then I go over and I shut it off. And then I just let the jig sit in there for half an hour, whatever, until I'm ready to use them. But when you stick them in the oven and you bake them up to that temp, it makes them glossy. I have been curing them on the heat gun. Okay, so if you're curing them on the heat gun after you dip it and do that, when I had to do it for 3 weeks, I had to cure them on the heat gun, and the smooth colors like this, your flush colors, they're fine. But if you try to do the glitter wants to curl up because it's too much heat, and then it makes the head rough. And when you try to wrap thread or even fill it, it even doesn't look right. It has like a dull. It doesn't get shiny when you bake it in the oven. Even though it's a high tip glitter, it doesn't curl up like you would with the heat gun because it's getting 700 degrees plus. But yeah, so when I do the curing on the heat gun, here's a heat gun blowing. I'll come up about this high, and I'll just go like this. And then I just keep going like this until I see that it gets shiny. But I keep pulling it back in and out because if you do it down here, you're just going to scorch your paint and screw up everything or get it so hot that it wants to run. But that's my experience, and I hope that helps. And then by doing it to where when I am heating it with the heat gun and I'm only heating the jig lightly, I'm taking enough to where you can't touch it, but it's not hot enough that it's going to make the powder gloss. I do it to where the powder is just dry. And I don't use a flow bench because the flow bench affects the way I do it because I was so poor for so long that I just had the little jar. And so what I do is I tumble my jar about every 5 jigs. I put the lid on, I tumble the jar. That softens the powder and makes it loose. Then I take off the lid and then I will side dip and brush and then tap, tap. But by not heating it up fully yet, just getting it warm enough that it sticks to it, then let me get this real quick. Hello. Oh yeah, they are. I appreciate it. All right. Thank you. Bye. Now that I'm sorry, guys. I greatly apologize. I hate taking a phone call during a live, but I had to. I've been waiting on that for a few days. And of course, they couldn't wait another 30 minutes, but that's fine. So, but I hope that helped. Okay. You have a great day, Cat Claus. And if I don't call y'all by your Facebook names, your real names, and call you by your channel names here, that's fine. For me, it's easier to keep y'all straight. And I know crossover, I could put it in my head, but with my ADHD, I got to do that different. I got to keep y'all separate. It's just like okay, so one thing I think is funny is like everybody gets mad at me how I do math. Because I don't do math like by numbers, I do math by breakdown. So, teacher used to get mad when I do algebra and all that because I just write the answer because I already done broke it down in my head and I can only do it that way. And then when I tried to write it down, she's like, "Well, that ain't in the right series. You can't do that. That's not right. Um, how did you come up with this?" And then I would tell her how I came up with it, and she's like, "Well, that's not how you do it. You got to do it this way." I hated school. I was in the learning disability classes my entire school because I have dyslexia too, so I can't read and I can read, but it takes sometimes I have to double read it or triple read it. And I know that's a common thing in a lot of people. So I know I'm not the only one. I don't know what I'm doing with that. See, I'm talking. This is what I was supposed to be after. I was going to grab some flashy. This is what I'm after. I'm making some gizzard shad jigs here. Get that out. Yeah, you think you're going to go fishing today? Well, I'm hoping I'm going to go fishing today too. We're going to go back over to Lake Afton. I think that's going to be a good thing to just go. It's just going to be me and Gregory today. So we'll go over there and we'll just hang out and Gregory can catch some catfish and I can catch some catfish. We're not going to be fishing for trout today. I will be fishing for white perch and bluegill to use as bait. What gives a carp? I got the who gives a crap? I got the right answer. Yeah, I'm sorry. I rant sometimes, guys. So I hope that wasn't too much information too fast. And if it was, I apologize. I'm all tangled up. What are you doing, Dave? Sounds like Mr. Gregory's home. Yep. Oh, find me some of that purple. I know I had another bag out, but I can't find it right now. And it's just, I'm going to use it anyway. All right. So then what I do with this is after I get that feather on and that rubber screwed on, I stick these two together. I'll turn this upside down because I want the purple to be on this side. Now, this purple that I got for the chenille is the same color as the purple for the head, but on camera, they look like two different things to me. So this one, you're going to leave back there. This one, you're going to wrap it. Quit walking around. You wrap it up and get it locked down with a couple loops. Trim it off. Then you're going to take this one and put it up there by the eyeball, by your hook eye. Then you're going to go around. I go around twice. Then I move it and get it underneath there. And then I trim that. Where'd the whip go? There it is. I got the cleanest place. I keep saying it. I said it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. I just keep tying and not dealing with it. And I should have used a gray thread because now you can see my black thread. I feel so bad now. Still going to get this one. This one was tied for you today because it'll show up with a little black thread sticking right there beside it. Okay, so these are what I'm going to tie you up. Ernest, I'll get you a couple more of them going. And all right, so let's see. Get that in there. Tie one more of these. We're going to do another giveaway here in just a few minutes. So if y'all want to stick around for that, you can. If you got other things you got to do, I understand. Is Kingman Lake all dried up? I'm sorry it took me so long. Yes, sir, it is. It is dry. It'll be 3 years before you catch another fish out of there that's worth a darn. We've been going to Pratt. I've been getting some 3-pound walleye over at Pratt. So, and the hybrids, they're a foot long, and them things are beasts. They just like, they're monsters. Everybody knows hybrids go crazy, especially the small ones. The big ones, they fight for a minute and then like, oh, I'm done. I got one of my first videos was me and the kayak catching a hybrid. I was so excited. I was like, woo! Kind of sound like a dork, but sometimes we get so excited we sound like dorks. We're all just big kids, and I still think of myself. I'll like go in and look in the mirror, and then I'll jump because I'll scare myself. Be like, who's that old man? Oh, it's me. I know we all have them experiences. I'll go in there and I'll look at my face and I'll be like, gosh, you're so gray. You're getting so old. Where did time go? You ain't got much time left. I'm having a midlife crisis. I did turn 50 this year. I know I'm still young. What'd you do? Turn the furnace on?
Yes, I did.
Oh, it was only 62 degrees in here. It wasn't that cold. Is 62 degrees too cold for the house? Let's see what everybody says in here. Yeah, now you're going to make it hot. She set it to 74. It better not be on 74. It's supposed to be on 66. Oh, you set it to 64? Okay. I was like, you set that furnace to 74. We're going to cook and get the eggs out. Frying pan. What did you have today? Roasted David? Ah. Yeah, our water's still our water's still pretty warm. The flathead are still hitting to a point, but I've caught flathead in January. You just got to be at the right time, the right moment, and when a fish is, if they're on the sunny side of the lake, sometimes they'll still move a little bit, but for the most part, yeah. What's getting active now is blue cats, but the problem is I can't get out on the water to get no blue cats because everywhere I used to go fish at Cheney and catch a bunch of blue cats is now too far to get to. So I know I'm complaining. Daniel, you went there last Friday and tried to catch some and didn't catch squat. You're gonna have to take me and show me the tricks. Well, Daniel, I told you before when you lived up the street. Anytime, brother, anytime. Daniel is my neighbor from up the street. Now him and his girl bought a house. So proud of him. Even though he's just a friend from being a neighbor, he's still a good kid. And I say kid respectfully, but he is still a kid. Same age as my boys. So, but he's doing good for himself. And there's another one for you, bud. Do one more of those. Then we're going to go ahead and do our giveaway. Catfish for real. One of these days we do need to get together and do some fishing, or at least get together and say hi and meet each other or whatever, if you don't mind. I think me and Greg are going to go to Lake Afton today after lunch. I'm easy to find. If you know that I'm gonna be at Lake Afton, it's gonna take you 5 minutes to drive around that whole thing if you want to come say howdy. Just look for a black high country that says double hook angling on the tag. It says I got to think in my head real quick. DBLHK, so double hook.
That's how hungry she is.
That's what it is. So you guys can find me. It's got big orange sticker on the back window. You do great from the bank, Dave. Around here, never have. See, if I was in your area, I will find access, or I'll do like what I have to do sometimes, leave my wheelchair at the top of the hill and slide on my butt all the way down to the bank. I don't usually try to go more than 10 or 15 feet, but if I have to, I will. And if it's rocks all the way down, then I could crawl down the rocks. The problem is I'm not going to do it at no spillway or something like that. And then the sirens go off and me have to hurry my butt back up because it ain't going to happen. I'll be floating down the river and somebody better call a Coast Guard because I'll be in the ocean before too long. I just probably float right on down. You have a pontoon boat. Wait a minute, hold on. Yes, sir, I have a pontoon boat as well. I'll put it away for winter. No wind protection. Oh, I see. When you get that thing out in the spring, if I ain't got my pontoon boat by then, because I'm going to buy one, I got to find me a older used one that I can just build. I'm to that point. I don't care if it's got the seats are all rotten or what. I'm going to get one. As long as it's got a good deck. And if it don't have a good deck, I'll put a good deck on it. I got to get it somewhere. So, but here in a minute, what did Gregory get from the thrift store?
I don't even know where he's at.
Oh, he ain't back yet? Oh, that was Matthew that came in earlier. I thought
with a big old...
Oh, there's Greg. There's Gregory. Oh my goodness, Gregory got a bunch of stuff. All right, well, Gregory can do his show and tell time, but real quick, let's put in. Whoops, I'm moving everything around on my end here. Okay, let's go back to this. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's go to this. Let's go back to this. Bear with me a minute, peoples. I'm getting there. This.
What?
Yes. See, It's already getting loud in here, just them being here.
Oh, that's what he was doing. Acorns.
Oh, he was picking up acorns. I know that's what great. There's a couple oak trees on the corner of by the thrift store, and Gregory goes and picks up oak or acorns, and then we take them out to the farm and
No, you can't have it.
plant them
It's
out
a doggy
there.
toy. You put that up. No, you don't need to put it together.
All right, I'm gonna tie this last jig. You guys could do that real quick, and then when we get done with this drawing, Gregory will have everything out of his box. He's still kind of sorting through stuff, and then we'll do a Gregory show and tell like we usually do on Fridays. Since he got home from the thrift store, he likes showing off his stuff, and I know a few of y'all like seeing it. So, hey, Jody, somebody said Jody, so I must have missed her. Yep, I sure did. Barely made it. Driving and listening. You poor girl. Told you before you get to where you're driving, as long as it's 5 o'clock in the morning Central Time, 5:30. If you're driving and need to talk to somebody, stay awake. Well, we can talk about fishing. You can teach me all your secrets. Just don't teach me how to cook. I already know how to do boiled hamburgers. And I don't like it. You know, I got that pinky nail that don't like boiled meat. She gives me tar about my pinky nail, so I'm gonna razz her about her boiled meat. She is a great gal too. If you guys don't have Jody, definitely go get Jody. She does like Friday night things, and maybe I better rephrase that. Maybe I better rephrase. That didn't sound right. She goes fishing on Friday nights, and she has a panel of fishermen up on her show.
Okay.
So there. Sorry, I made it sound like Jody was a. Never mind, I'm not going to go there. Well, lady of the night kind of thing's almost what it sounds like, but she is. She's a catfish lady of the night.
Oh, she's a cat color.
And so this could go. This is a family friendly show. Shut up. Y'all are awesome.
Be busy.
Got 5 in the boat already this morning. There's another one. Okay, so I'm gonna send those 3 off to him too, and then we'll have his all done. So I appreciate you, brother. I'm so sorry I forgot. I'm gonna put them in a bag right now and go stick them over with your other stuff in a minute. Called you Earl. This is my brother Earl. I guess that's Daryl. This is my brother Daryl. Anyway, I have such a hard time with names. For the longest time, I kept wanting to say Judy instead of Jody, and it's in my dyslexia makes me nuts. So, all right.
Are you done yet?
Yeah, 14 in here. So you guys got like 20 seconds, and I'm drawing here. And then we're going to go look at Gregory's little doodads. All right, there, draw. Maybe I cut you off and lied to you. You only had like 4 seconds. Retired Rick. Woohoo, Retired Rick. I believe I have you on Facebook. If not, Double Hook Angling Gmail. Give me a holler. Give me your address. All right, Retired Rick. I will get you some jigs out and get you some like Skippy Jackie type, kind of things out here. Let's go back to get rid of that real quick. All right. So, Retired Rick.
Even if it's not all there,
send me, if you don't send me an email or a message, I won't have no way to get you your stuff because I need your address, brother. I appreciate you. Gregory, are you gonna come and show some of your stuff, or you got so much just like the main thing?
Yes.
Oh, I see what you just doing. He was trying to put it together so he can show you.
No, Daddy. He loves Hot Wheels.
Gregory loves Hot Wheels. So if y'all don't know, and if you're new in here, this is Gregory. He's the other half of Double Hook, and our featured man, the crappie master, the bluegill slayer, the green perch getter, and the bullhead king himself, Mr. Gregory. So Gregory really likes Hot Wheels and cars and stuff. So what you got, Gregory? Something's gonna make a lot of noise and stuff. And then you got you a what? What is that? What is it? See, he just don't talk, guys. So um putting him on the spot like that, I know I'm a bad dad. Shame on me. Anywho, he's a great kid. Sometimes he gets ornery and it makes me mad, and we get into an argument, and I gotta go to the shop, cool down. So, hey, everybody saying hi, Gregory. Yep. So remember, Rick, give me a message one way or another. I will forget. But if you give me a message here before too long, I got some jigs and stuff tied up. I can throw you in some stuff. And if not, I'll just finish before I go. Because I think we're going to wait till after lunch to go to the Afton is what Mama wants. So we got a couple more hours. I'll tie up some more stuff for you. So get me that message. One last question, David. What temp do you bake your jig heads at? Okay, so I take that tray. Like, I don't know if he was in here when I did that. So like, this is my apparatus that I use for my jigs. So and then as I powder coat them, I set them on there. I stick this in the oven. When I close the door, I push bake and start. It'll take it. Hey, don't you jump over them. It'll take it to 350. And as soon as it hits 350, I leave it there for 10 or 15 minutes. Gregory, take her that way so she'll quit. Thank you. She kept wanting to jump over them jigs. I don't want her to kick them or get a hook in her. They here, let me move them back over here so I know she won't. But sorry, ADHD again. Stick them in the oven, take it to bake them for 10 minutes or so or whatever, just so that it smooths the color. Then I leave them in there because I'm doing other things and what have you, and then I'll take them out when they cool off. But if you want to just preset your oven, if you're going to do multiple runs or something, see, she just jumped over that box. I'm glad them jigs weren't there. So if you want to just do multiple runs or whatever, you can set your oven to bake. Do 325 to 350. It does it. They'll smoothen out at those temperatures. Run them for 15, 20 minutes, and take them out. I mean, it's all you need. It don't matter how long you bake them. It's not going to get any harder. They're still going to chip. They're jigs. I don't care what you do. I don't care how thick you put it on. I don't care. To me, I can make powder paint last so long because I put such little paint on there. I put enough paint that it coats it fine, but I put little enough paint that you can almost still see the seam. Like if you look careful enough, you can see some of the seam. So that tells you how little paint's on there. But as you can see, well, maybe you can't with my camera, but as you can see, they're here. I'll get a couple bigger ones. So whoops, that was great. So like right here. So like this is one of the harder colors to do, this kind of yellow chartreuse. And if you see, they're perfectly colored. But the way I do mine is I hold my little jar of powder kind of at an angle, and then kind of go like this, and that powder will float over to the edge. Then I reach in there and I side dip because I don't want paint on my eyes. I'll take paint up to the bottom of the eye, but I don't want paint on my eyes. Now, like this one here, see, that one's got a little bit of, whoops. I guess it would help if I showed you my direction. Now, see, that one's got a little bit of paint on the eye, but where the thread or where your line goes, there's no paint on that eye. And that's what I want. Yeah. If you dip your jig when so you heat your jig, your raw jig. If you dip that and that powder shines out, go ahead and glosses up, then you're getting your jig head just a little too hot, maybe a second less. But that's how I like to do mine. And even when you do a flow bench, and you have your powder in there and the air just gently coming up and then fluffing your powder for you, when you do that, if you only heat that head up enough to make it flat colored and not gloss out yet, it just takes time to figure it out. But this year alone, this year alone, I've painted uh, almost 5,000 jigs so far. I'm way behind for what I wanted this year. I wanted 10,000 jigs this year, but I'm about 5,000 painted heads. But I'm at like 8,500 unpainted. So, and it just takes repetitiveness, over and over and over. So I have flow cups. I've got two flow cups. But after I used them a few times, I'm done this my way. Hey, size matters. Welcome in. I've done this my way so much by doing that side dip like that. So basically, I'm only powdering half the head at a time. But by brushing it like that, I can do what I want. But even if I do, like here's a head I found. That head is clear coated, right? But if you look, you can still get the thread I keep saying thread because we're sitting here at the table. You can get your line through that eyelet still. So my heads never have a painted shut eyelet. So if I hope that helps, and I hope I explained it well enough, and I probably over explained it, but there again, that's kind of just me probably. I spilled all. I went to pull that jig out and it hooked every other jig in that compartment. All right. So I think since we have one of those out and in my hand, we will tie this and this will be the last jig. So also, like these ones I did so I can just have a pile of them. And like, see this one, even like when I cleaned the head, I didn't file that one and I forgot. So like that one I would never pass on to you guys. So this one will be for myself. And I know some of you guys just don't care, but I do. Yep, you have a great day, Mark. You have a blessed day, and you be blessed yourself, my friend. Same with everybody in here. You all are awesome. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Get me a feather out here. We're going to do a marabou. So we get our marabou combed down. We'll stick it. I usually do a good judge for me is like this much on these bigger jigs. I like that hang back on there. And I'm still I've been using my black thread all day. I haven't swapped out. Inside your chenilles, those threads in there that are twisted that hold all these fibers, they're either white or black. Sometimes they do color match, but most of the time they're white or black. But I tuck my thread in. You usually can't see it on that gizzard shad jig. You could kind of see it, but a little color here and there is not gonna. It's people's mindset. There's guys that wrap, and you got an 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch band. Like see how much black I got there. They'll leave that on the jig as they're tying the jig, but I don't like doing that. So we could go with this, and then you would see it. But my solution is, I do not want that color. I want this color right here, but that ain't enough. There it is. Okay. So I want a green and black. And this is not the right size chenille I should use for this, but this will go to show that you can use whatever. So this is like for my little bugs, like my little jigs, my tiny jigs. But we're going to use it on here because I want that heavy, cross pattern. So I want the body to look more speckled. Like if you used a bigger chenille, the bands would be bigger. So you wouldn't get that, patterned look. It's just this one, you got to be gentle, take your time. you're going to probably get a bunch of wraps on there. But if you just follow through, and you're going to get that. See, that's got a better checkered pattern. So, and now that 1 foot piece of or well, probably 8 inch piece of chenille, I guess it wasn't a foot long, probably 8, 10 inches, is only going to make 2 jigs. So that's where you kind of waste material. But that same piece would make 40 jigs of the smaller, at least, 25 or so. So just beware of that when you're making your stuff and you're trying to be conservative with your material. So, but hey, Eric B, welcome in, bud. I'm sorry I didn't see you earlier. Appreciate y'all coming in. So, anyways, this is gonna be our last jig, guys. We're gonna go spend some time with Mama. See, it's got a little bit more of a checkered kind of barred pattern when you do them. Sometimes they just, they get different look to them or whatever. So, but the way I wrap mine, it kind of tapers up to the head a little bit. Anyways, y'all be blessed. You have a wonderful day. I appreciate you coming in. If you missed the show and you're just coming in now, Eric, I apologize that I'm on Central Standard Time and sometimes we get all that stuff in our heads kind of combobulated around different. So, Randall, welcome in. I think you were in earlier, but see, like I said, my gray hair can't remember anybody, and I don't want to forget anybody. So, if y'all haven't checked out the new merch, new hat for Pinkin, and new orange hat, which I've been wearing all day. We got the thing to go to the website here. See if it'll pick it up clearly enough. Boy, you're being stubborn today, camera. Anyways, you can find that on my Facebook, and I posted it. We'll show it again. And then my rod holders. So if you want one of these rod holders, give me an email, and we'll get you one out too. And it'll come with a big carabiner and a little carabiner that I just dropped on the ground. So I'll have to pick that up, unfortunately. Where did it go? No, we're going to have Gregory pick it up because it's where I can't reach it. Anyways, y'all be blessed. Y'all have a great and wonderful week. And go tie something. We're out of here. We'll see y'all next week. And that's 8:05 Central Standard Time. But y'all missed it. That's fine. You can go back and watch it. I appreciate y'all.